It's week 2 of the NFL as we get set for a Super Bowl 11 rematch. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. So good to be with you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Here we are, week 2 of the season. Greg, everybody has that hope. Let's get off to a good start. Well, these teams lost the opener. Now, a bit of pressure here in week 2.
Yeah, it really comes down to, Mike, it's a super simple concept. You just want to feel the sensation of winning. Just get your first win. Of course, they would have loved to start out week 1 in the win column, but now here you are, 2 winless teams, and it is just as simple as...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard mark. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
McCarthy to the air on second down. Off he goes. And he's going to slide it to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. Third down, here's Ali. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Minnesota.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. That's taken in. It's Rasheen Ali. It'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. A run with Ali. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Here's the rookie running back out of Miami. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes third down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. 11 yards on the pass there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Open man is the veteran, Michael Thomas. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. In motion comes Thomas. On the ground, it's Ali. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
The 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go once more with Ali. And he will score. Rasheen Ali. Touchdown, Minnesota. His first touchdown of the new campaign. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Now return, coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019, to lead them.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball. Showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with him and take that play away.
First carry now for Khalil Herbert. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Dylan Lobby. Touchdown, Vegas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Is good. That ties the game at 7.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, they go with Ali. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Nicholas Morrow there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To the left side here, caught by Addison. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Raiders offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot down the field. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Play action. It's Murray. Again, working deep downfield.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. They'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here's a 2nd and 6. A give, and here's Laube. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25. Now, Murray. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Raiders.
On the ground, here's the former Viking. It's Alexander Madison. A short gain there, down to the 10. Here's a run up the middle with Herbert. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. On 3rd down, Murray. Taking off, he'll try. And he's into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Raiders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Vikings 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On play action, here's McCarthy. That one knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On third and long, here's McCarthy. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Matt Araiza now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Valdez-Scantling on the move. On the ground, here's Laube. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll give it again to Laube. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Off the play fake. Here's Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Another try with Ali. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Raiders offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st. He's hit after the catch and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, this is Herbert. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try and run for it with Herbert. And he'll have the 1st down. They'll get him up around the 37.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Once again, it's Herbert. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Working out of the gun, Murray. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Reichert, good with the extra point. The Vikings will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Murray now to throw on first down. And not wanting to take on any contact, he's going to slide to a stop. 1 quarter in the books. Knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. First and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Herbert. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Open space to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
They'll stay on the ground with Herbert. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Here comes Laube. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big game, and he picks up the first down.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal. Here's Herbert. He slams it in there, and he is in. Khalil Herbert, touchdown Las Vegas. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field. And finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
His kick is good. Next to score, Raiders 21, Vikings 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Ho-ho! And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. A run with Ali. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. That one caught by Hawkinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion comes Thomas. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Raiders offense and Khalil Herbert headed back onto the field. They'll come up here 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Laube. He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a
Previous play
replay.
is under review.
So we might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Now Madison. And he's got 1st down yardage. Bring it out to the 24.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Throwing now, Murray on 1st down. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Herbert. 1st down and more to the 45. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Valdez-Scantling on the now. It's Murray. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be taken down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
A run on first and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Second and goal. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trying to get Antonio Pierce objecting to that previous call, and out comes
Previous
the
play
red
is under
challenge
review.
flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. They'll run, and it's Herbert. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line, and now it is 4th and goal.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to about the 28-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
To throw is McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A carry now for Ali. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 47.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. His pass right side. Going to be caught by Addison. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Kirsten Darrisaw, the 1st-round pick in 2021. Guilty that time. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That's caught by Ali.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll be taken down.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop it.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. In motion comes Thomas. Will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line, he's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run the draw here, and it's Herbert. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. On play action, Murray. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To the left side here. Caught by Addison.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To the air once more is McCarthy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A pickup there of 28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end,
it is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will tie this game at 24. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now it's Murray. He's going to run it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. As it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand. And
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Rashee Rice, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Patrick Mahomes, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And a short pickup to about the 30. Murray now on second down. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
In motion is Myers. On the ground, here's Laube. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down, Murray. He'll complete it to Adams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Working out of the gun, Murray. That's caught by Bowers. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Raiders.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And he'll take it on in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Vegas.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will go up by 7.
Vikings 24.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
The speed on display. He's in. Rasheen Ali. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Laube now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Both these offenses have been informed. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. A give, and here's Laube. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he'll work forward for a yard, but that's all he needed. This is going to be a first down. Back to throw is Murray. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a run up the middle with Herbert. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Here's Herbert. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Herbert. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. Here's a run. And he's got another one. Khalil Herbert. Touchdown, Raiders. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Now Carlson to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Raiders will go up by 7.
Vikings 31.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5.
The Vikings take over.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Ali. And he'll get forward for a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw, it's McCarthy. Now they'll set up the screen for Ali. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll run with Laube. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Herbert. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Dallas Turner on the stop. Now a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. Running, that's what the best guys do.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll try and run for it with Herbert. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Herbert. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Murray. To the goal line and in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll have the first down. It's a gain of 28.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
Just a short pickup down inside the 30. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. A gain there of 15. First down, Minnesota.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A run with Ali. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4.
He was brought down by Bell.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll try and get, and he's in! J.J. McCarthy! Touchdown, Vikings! 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Laube now to return it. 9-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Herbert to start the drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
3rd down and 9. Play action. It's Murray. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and take. In motion, it's Jefferson. On the ground, they go with Ali. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. So, back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On the ground, it's Ali. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
3rd down and 12.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one, fielded, out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Drive start here on the ground, and it's Herbert. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll toss this one out to Madison. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. This one is caught by Addison. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Now Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A carry now for Ali. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They'll put Addison in motion. To the air on third down is McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. 14 on the pickup. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now McCarthy. Right back to Thomas. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
A run on 1st and goal. And he will score again. Rasheen Ali. Touchdown, Minnesota. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with 1st down. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll run. This is Mason. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Another try with Ali. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. To throw is McCarthy. He'll try to run for it. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st and 10, here's Ali. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll go once more with Ali. And he's down at the 3. What a run.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
That one taken in. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Vikings will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Here's a run out of the gun, and it's Herbert. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. In motion is Myers. They go play action for Murray. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Murray now. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. They've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Vikings offense and their running back. getting ready to go back to work. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the handoff, this is Ali. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This one, returnable. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Raiders offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground.
First down throw for Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Pass pulled in by Herbert. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. Here's a 2nd and 12. Throwing again is Murray. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Murray's going to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, the pressure intensifies for 4th down and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Herbert. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll run here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Here's a handoff to Ali. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. A run with Ali. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd down, here's Ali. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. He'll take this to the 30.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.